Breathe slow. And when I do, I speak to this guy. Tommy, good morning. How are you?
Hey Dan, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well. Glad it's Friday, and I'm glad that is January pretty much done. I'm thrilled by that.
How have we survived it? Really? I mean, it's crazy. But usually every year January is usually a difficult month to get through. But
Yeah,
when you're on lockdown, it's even worse, isn't it?
it is. But thankfully, Tommy, we've got movies to get us through.
Yes.
And what movie
Yep.
has got you through? This morning, what we got for us?
Well, for this time, I've gone for the 1994 comedy movie, Dumb and Dumber. Have you seen that at all?
Starred in it, didn't I?
Well,
That's a
yeah,
joke. That's a joke. Oh,
I
don't
think we
agree.
both.
Don't
I think
agree.
we both did, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll start. Yeah, it's not me and Steve in our Home Alone recreation. No, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it myself. No, but I've heard it. I've heard it's good. Are you going to tell me otherwise?
It's rated.
Go on.
It's rated 12. Yeah, so it's an average rating. So it's just a 12A. So anyone, if you're a young kid, you can watch it so long as you're accompanied by an adult.
Yeah, of course, of course. So, Tommy, tell us about it then. Why Dumb and Dumber?
Okay, so this movie might just be my favourite comedy film of all time, with contenders like the second Austin Powers movie, Borat, and Planes, Trains and Automobiles not far behind. This film is about stupid people, but it has very smart comedy written into it, which is kind of ironic in itself.
Yeah, a little bit.
With Dumb and Dumber, it would have been easy to just cast two comedy actors and see how they keep each other laughing, but instead they went for comedy tornado Jim Carrey, and then alongside him they cast Jeff Daniels, who was a serious dramatic actor up to this point. So basically, yeah, they got one comedic actor and then one serious actor.
I
They
love
didn't,
how you
instead of
say
getting
tornado with Jim Carrey there. He
well, yeah, that's one of the many ways we can just describe how great he is, couldn't we?
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
The sibling directors, the Farrelly brothers, both wanted Jeff Daniels in the film, as did Jim Carrey, but the studio wanted a comedian alongside Carrey instead. So Daniels had to prove he could be both stupid and funny, and especially keep up with Jim Carrey as well. But
Yeah.
Jim Carrey did state early on, I want an actor alongside me in this, not a comedian, because a comedian will just try and top me, whereas an actor will act and react, as well as make me act and react. So that was a very smart move on his point, really, to think that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been such an obvious thing, wouldn't it, just to get two comedic actors together. Instead, just get one comedic actor and one dramatic actor, and then see how that meshes together.
So they played the casting smart.
Yeah, but despite Jim Carrey being, well, let's face it, Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey, which is hilarious and awesome, I think Jeff Daniels hits even more of the laughs in the film, due to him being involved in arguably the funniest scenes in the movie. For people who are listening, they might know what I mean by the tongue on the pole scene, the snowball launch at the face scene, and of course the toilet scene, which has become a gold standard for comedy cinema. I'll come back to that in a moment.
Okay.
The story itself is very basic. You have Jim Carrey's Lloyd Christmas and Jeff Daniels' Harry Dunn, two 30-something idiots who are low on the brains but high on their dreams, as they wish to open up a pet store one day called I Got Worms. Yep, they want to call their pet store I Got Worms.
I love it.
And then Lloyd then chauffeurs a woman named Mary to the airport, whom Lloyd immediately falls in love with. Little does he know that she has to leave a ransom briefcase full of cash at the airport so that two thugs who have kidnapped her husband can pick it up. Lloyd snatches the briefcase and, believing she simply accidentally left it, goes on a road trip with his best bud, Harry, to return it to her in person in Aspen, where she's flown to. So, so the antics along the way, it's basically, to put it simply down, this movie is a buddy road trip movie, but it's just with two idiots in it, and just chaos unfolds along the way. The antics along the way are fantastic, as they make enemies. They make so many enemies, like including the dangerous sea bass, who intimidates Harry and tries to assault Lloyd. One of the thugs from earlier being annoyed by the childish twosome when he pretends to be a lonely traveller. And of course, Lloyd driving halfway across the USA in the wrong direction.
Wow.
Yeah, he drives miles and miles and miles, and they realise they've gone the entirely different direction, and they've got like no money for gas, and it's mayhem.
Wow.
The core thing I like about this film is its message that you don't have to be brainy to be the hero, or in this case, heroes of the story, as Lloyd and Harry thwart the kidnappers' plans almost accidentally. Basically, it's a serious scenario with two witless wonders who have no idea what they are involved in with this briefcase. So they're basically like they have no idea the serious ramifications of crime that they are dealing with right here. But it's just so funny with every single possible angle that it's executed. My favourite lines of dialogue I'd like to repeat for you now. Excuse the paraphrase for context, as there was originally a swear word in this line, so I've changed it for a substitute word for the sake of the radio.
Okay.
So I'm going to read this to you now. But Harry, when your old girlfriend broke up with you, did she give you any reason? Oh yeah, Lloyd. Yeah, Lloyd. I called her up. She gave me a whole bunch of about me not listening to her enough or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
What happened, Harry? Some little filly break your heart? No, it was a girl. Breda Belcher.
I thought we were going to be together forever.
She give you any reason?
Yeah, I called her up. She gave me a bunch of about me not listening to her enough or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
That is genius writing right there.
Fair enough.
To close, both Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels bring their comedy A-game to this picture. The soundtrack is full of some good highway tunes. The whole buddy road trip aspect of the film is a fun scenario. And to be quite honest, Dan, I cannot think of a single thing in this film that I don't like.
Cool.
Admit it. Lastly, admit it. That scene with Harry on the toilet, we've all been there. Because to give you a rough outline of the scene, Dan, Lloyd wants to get revenge on Harry for basically going on a date with the girl that he's in love with. So he spikes his tea with turbo laxative.
You're telling us this. As you're telling me this, I'm actually watching it in the background.
Oh yeah.
I've just seen it.
He spikes it with turbo laxative. So when Jeff Daniels' character Harry goes round the woman's house, he's about to take her out on a date, but first he has this really horrible need to go to the toilet, and he goes to the toilet, and practically the world falls out of his backside.
Okay, right. Okay. Well, it's breakfast time, Tommy. We can leave it there. Basically, he needs to call Binders up in Claydon, Denny. That's what he needs to do.
But the comedy button on it is after he's done what he's done, he finds out that the toilet's broken.
Oh, bit of an iceberg there.
So he can't flush it. So on that note, for that scene alone, comedy-wise, I've got to rate this movie a 5 out of 5, Dan.
Okay. I'm going to apologise to anyone eating their breakfast. But, Tommy, 5 out of 5. It sounds like a good movie. It sounds brilliant. And it looks good too. As I say, I've just been watching a few clips of it as you were talking just then and telling me about it because I was intrigued. Well, thank you very much, Tommy. I'm looking forward to talking to you next week. And have yourself
February
a great
next
weekend.
Week, isn't
it?
It's February next week.
It's February. By the time we're back on the air, Tommy, it will be February. Let me see. Hang on. How many days are in January? 30 or 31? Yeah. So next week, Tommy, it will be the 5th. Or no, it won't. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the wrong calendar. Hang on. Bear with me. Technical glitch. Yeah, no, it is. It will be 5th of February when we're going to be, when you're going to be back on the radio. So I'm looking forward to what you've got planned for February. And you've got a special plan for February, haven't you? Do you want to leave it a
Well,
surprise?
yeah, it's sort of an idea that we both conceived of, wasn't it? That we thought, you know what, for February, let's change it up a bit. Let's just focus on movies that I don't like, that I've reviewed. Let's talk about those kind of movies, because I find it just as much fun talking about movies that I don't like as much fun as talking about movies that I do like. So it'll be interesting to look over that side of the fence, as it were, when it comes to movies.
Well, Tommy, I look forward to that. Hearing, because it's very rare I hear you rant about something you don't like, and I cannot wait. Well, Tommy, have yourself a great weekend. It's great to speak to you. And thank you again for another great movie review.
You too, Dan. Take care, and to everyone listening, have a very non-Dumb and Dumber related weekend.